can of Swanson broth, 14 ounce size. You mentioned that there was a stringy-like substance in the broth that's consuming. Any other details you can give on that, the color of it?
Excuse me. My broth, like the first thing I noticed that was different was the taste. It tasted fishy. And I was like, was kind of odd. And it didn't really strike me right away until I sat down and, I was getting ready to put my mug down and I saw all these like white flakes kind of just all hanging out together and floating and moving around. And it was a lot and it was very condensed. So I was like, that's abnormal, I think. And then, because I actually questioned myself in my head. I'm like, is it usually clear or is it usually like this? And I'm like, no, it's not like this normally. So, and then I took a sip again and I was like, there's something wrong with this. And then I looked at my mug, because right then it struck me. I was like, something's really wrong. And I looked and I saw something dark at the bottom of my mug. And this is a lime, like light green mug. That's what I was able to see to the bottom. Um, and I saw like a dark substance, and I was like, huh, I guess this mug is dirty or something, right? But I just took it out of the dishwasher, which I had recently had a pneumonia, so I bleached the entire dishwasher. Everything's spotless. And so I went to the kitchen, and I decided to pour some out to see, if I thought maybe it was herbs or something collected at the bottom, but then I remembered this is just regular Swanson's chicken broth. It didn't have herbs or anything in it. And as I poured more, out came this string, and to my surprise, I'm going, oh my God, and I feel sick, and I just want to throw up, and I see this alien-like object come out of the can that looked like the inside of somebody's intestines after they had had a colonoscopy or like did like a master cleanse or something. I mean, it was really disgusting, like creature, like vile. I don't know. It was nasty, and it was green and yellow and brown. And uh, yeah, it smells really bad. It's stringy. It looks like it's from the ocean, like a sea-like creature, but it's from the can. And then I brought the can back into the bathroom, and I took one of my dental tools to pick it up because I didn't want to touch it. And it was seeming to hold together pretty well, like it wasn't going to break, just holding it up by my tool. And um, I realized it was like a microorganism that had grown in the can. And then I looked at the can, and I could see around where the pop top was that there was some slime, uh, like residue that had been there for a while. And so I kind of scraped at it to, see if if it was just rubbed off when that stuff came out of the can, but it was actually like had been on the can for a while. You can tell. Um,
That's
and then
the underside of the top lid?
yeah, and then it was on the top of the lid, like right where it pops. And then I smelled the can, and it like smelled like seaweed. I don't know. It smelled like nasty, rotten seaweed that had been in the sun. Like, I don't know. It was just gross. Really, really gross. And I threw up immediately because I didn't know if I was going to die of botulism or, contract E. coli or salmonella, or there's no telling. So that's what was in my can. I did some research on the internet and found that there was another woman that found the same alien gestating in her can, but hers was
Now,
like,
let me just say a question. You can consume this even though it smelled bad? Was it bad when the can was open?
what do you mean?
The bad smell.
Oh, well, you see, when it was in the broth kind of consumed the smell. But once it was out in the open,
Right.
it
But you have
smelled.
the can there with you.
Yeah, it's actually in a plastic bag. It's been in the freezer since the lady talked to me.
But do
And
you have the can?
yeah, it's right here.
All right. I want to get some of the numbers
Okay.
from that.
Okay.
We want to track what batch they came from. Now, another question I want to ask, were there any nicks and dents on the can?
There is like a very small dent, but it's nothing that looks like it would. It's nothing out of the normal. I mean, I used to be a stalker, and nothing that would damage this can to Oh, got it. You know what? I can smell it through the plastic bag. It's horrible, and it's in a Ziploc.
But where's the small dent on the can, man?
Yeah, but this little dent is nothing out of the norm. It
Where
does.
is
It
it there
doesn't.
located?
It's like right where it says find delicious recipes at www dot, like right below the chicken noodle recipe. But it's not anything. It's like it doesn't even damage the
We're
paper.
not judging that. We just want to know where it is, man. You
I
know,
just
that's all.
told you.
Right. Okay, so it's on the side of the can then, right?
Yeah, yeah. But it's not
Okay,
even
thank
really.
you very much.
It might be just a dent in the paper. It's not even necessarily in the metal. That's the only defect I can see. I mean, there's nothing defective about this can. Maybe it's the pop lid or something. I don't know.
Where'd you purchase the product from?
I want to say I got it at CVS or Walgreens over here in Miami Beach. But yeah, there's a lady that had the same thing growing inside her box. It was like the box of broth. And like she posted a blog about it on the internet, and it's like the same exact like substance, but hers wasn't green. Hers was white and gray and brown, and mine is green and yellow and brown. I think mine got like further along.
Well, there's some kind of spoilage in there, you know.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
in fact, you know, also, what city and state is the CVS located in?
Miami Beach, Florida.
Also Miami Beach? Okay.
Yeah, it's just Miami Beach. I don't remember if it was Walgreens or CVS, but it was definitely one of those because I frequent them all the time and buy cans there. Like, I buy broth because I like it. I drink it like tea.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let me see, it's Walgreens or CVS. You know what, can you do me a favor and also read the rest of the codes after the date on that can?
Yeah, hang on. You mean on the bottom?
Yeah, on the bottom of that can.
It says, well, there's a lot of different letters and numbers here. It says February 4th, 2011. Then there's a big H3. It's kind of big. And then it says 02049 15
02049
1534.
1534.
Yeah. And there's a CX and a 3H.
CX to the 3H?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. All right, now I'm going to get this reported stamp. We know where this was made at.
Okay.
All right, and that, yeah, that, you know, we've got all these details on that. It had a very, we have the smell and the whole, everything there. All right, and I'm going to, you know, also we want to get you reimbursed for this. And I do want to send additional reimbursement there for your inconvenience.
Okay.
So,
How can you guys guarantee that I'm not going to get sick from like some sort of parasite or microorganism that is gestating in my system now after consuming this?
well, since you consume this, there's no way that we can guarantee anything
Right.
on that. You know, all we can say is if there's any problem with that, to please let us know
Okay.
immediately.
Okay.
You know, let us know immediately. In fact, let me give you the, well, you've got the number on that, you know, on that, but I'll get this reported. That's why we do want to thank you for having the can codes, because we can now track where this was made, and we can also track where it went.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know,
Right.
I recently had a pneumonia, and like I was consuming a lot of broth, and you know, I'm really glad that I didn't run into this while I was sick, but I did just get better. So I mean, like, I hope that it doesn't, you know, affect me because that would suck. And also, I know that everybody uses this for the holidays, you know, to cook their awesome mashed potatoes and gravies and everything. So I'm hoping that it's just isolated to this one can and not like everywhere else. But so.
All right, I'm going to get this immediately reported to our staff, and we're going to start to have that investigated there on that batch.
Okay.
Everything I'm sending out to you, though, look to receive within the next 7 to 10 days through the mail.
Okay.
All right, and thank you for calling us back so that we can get this completed. You know, also I'll be sending reimbursement of